Hello, I am Elena Shelton, Miss Shelton. I teach freshman and sophomore geometry and principles of algebra and geometry lab.
Okay, yourself.
Interesting fact. I've been a swimmer my whole life. I've run a half marathon. I'm pretty athletic and I'm a swim coach back home in Kansas City.
My name is Matt Ellis.
Okay, and what subjects do you teach?
I teach Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, and Principles of Algebra and Geometry.
And is this your first year teaching?
It is. I'm brand spanking new.
Okay. And just an interesting fact about yourself.
I lived in Australia for 4 months.
Don Rich is my name.
What subjects do you teach?
I teach Algebra 2, Algebra 1, and Principles of Geometry.
Is this your first year teaching in Lawrence, or?
First year in Lawrence.
And have you taught anywhere else before?
Yes, this is my 32nd year of teaching.
And then just an interesting fact about yourself.
Well, I run 100 marathons, and I run 2 50-mile races. And I've been running I ran cross country at Nebraska, so I went right into running right afterwards. My favorite sport is not running, it's playing golf. And I've played golf a lot too. I've even gotten under par a couple times on 18 holes.
My name is Bill Kelly.
What subjects do you teach?
I teach biology to freshmen.
Have you worked anywhere before?
South Junior High, I've been there for, about 30 years, 27 years, and I taught on the Army base over in Leavenworth before that. Former police officer for the city of Lawrence.
My name is Lisa Ball.
What subjects do you teach?
I'm teaching all advanced biology this year.
Did you teach anywhere else before this?
I taught at Southwest Junior High School for 9 years before I came here, and I taught some college classes before that.
And just an interesting fact about yourself.
Well, probably the weirdest class I ever taught was the cadaver lab at KU. It was kind of a dead subject.
My name is Amanda Davis, and I am a new English teacher at Lawrence High School.
What subjects do you teach?
I'm teaching American Lit 1 and Freshman English this fall. I'm also looking forward to my American Lit 2 and Epic Tradition in the spring, so that's exciting.
Teaching experience.
This is my second year as a full-time teacher. It's my first year here, obviously. Last year I taught 6th grade writing over in Shawnee for one of the DeSoto schools, and it was great. I had a great time there. It was a really good year, but I'm really excited to be here at Lawrence High. So.
And then just an interesting fact about yourself.
Interesting fact about myself. Goodness. I watch far too much television, which probably isn't too much of a stretch for an English teacher since we're into stories and characters and all of those things, but it extends beyond that to watching reality TV and intervention and things like that on A&E, so it's gone too far.
For purpose of the video, please state your name.
Lisa Holland.
What subjects do you teach?
I teach English, English 9 and 10.
And have you taught anywhere else before this?
Yeah, I taught 1 year at Gardner Edgerton High School.
And just an interesting fact about yourself.
That's always the hardest question. Interesting fact about myself. I don't know my right from my left, I guess. Which is hard to give directions when somebody's driving me, so.
And
Leslie Dugan.
what subjects do you teach?
Algebra and geometry, so math.
And have you taught before?
Yes, this is my 6th year teaching. So.
And just an interesting fact about yourself.
I am actually a national champion in cheerleading. So.
For the purpose of the video, please state your name.
Cassandra Lintel.
What subjects do you teach?
I'm teaching math. I'm teaching Algebra 1 Lab, Algebra 1, and Algebra 2.
And what's your prior teaching experience?
I did an internship during, instead of student teaching, I did a full year. And that was back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then I spent 2 years subbing in Western PA.
And then just an interesting fact about yourself.
I'm obsessed with British culture. Obsessed with it. Love Doctor Who, love listening to British radio podcasts.
Courtney Mitz.
What subject do you teach?
I teach English, freshman English, sophomore English, and myth, fantasy, and folklore.
Did you teach anywhere else before?
I did not teach anywhere else before. I student taught here several years ago, and I student taught in Baldwin.
Okay. And then an interesting fact about yourself.
I really like The Simpsons.
All right, please state your name.
Cheryl Hughes.
And what subjects do you teach?
I do the Directed Studies program.
What did you teach before?
Well, I was at South Junior High, and I did the Directed Studies program at South Junior High, and I've also taught English before and different special education classes. In the summertime, I love to go out to the lake, and I spend almost all my weekends out at the lake boating and swimming and just being outside. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Please state your name.
Corey Kramer.
What subjects do you teach?
Mathematics, Algebra 1 and Geometry.
Where did you teach before?
I was West the last 4 years, West Junior High.
And just an interesting fact about yourself.
I actually referee soccer as well, and I've done professional matches. I've done some of the Sporting Kansas City professional matches in the past.
Matt Stiles.
What subject do you teach?
I teach English 9, 10, and creative writing.
Did you teach anywhere before this?
I student taught last year. This is my first full year teaching, but I student taught last year in Mill Creek, which is in DeSoto, and then I student taught at Free State.
And then just an interesting fact about yourself.
I'm from Lawrence. I went to Lawrence High and went to KU.
Bob Kircher.
What did you do before you came here?
I was a counselor at Southwest Junior High.
What do you do here?
I'm a counselor here. I have the part of the alphabet that's F through L.
And then just an interesting fact about yourself.
An interesting fact. Okay. I'm a direct descendant of Daniel Boone.